this topic called?
It's called the culture of your mind. It's called Your Mind is a Melting Pot. You ready?
3, 2.
Hey guys, Doran here, CEO Culture Matters. So I was driving the other day in my car and I had this light bulb go off. See, if you're someone as curious as me, you're always focused on learning stuff. I don't care who you are. You ain't some superhuman. You're a human being super, meaning you're putting time, you're like working out in the gym. You're building that muscle. You're building those neurological connections. All of a sudden you have this brilliant idea. Now, if you've ever heard of like America being the melting pot, well, I was reading about something called polymath. It's a man or woman of many learnings, someone that's diverse. So think of the antithesis of school, where you go and you specialize in something. You know, everyone's conditioned to get their degree and then wonder why you're taking all those other classes. Well, I was thinking about this. I'm thinking, you know, learning different things, not just one thing that I like, but learning as much as I can about everything has literally changed my life. Like, I feel like I know who I am in the universe as a being, that I would be confident enough to talk, you know, and share this with you. So I was thinking, they say America is the greatest country in the world because all the different cultures, right? Well, if a culture is really the individual's character delineated or influenced into the masses, so one person's voicing their opinion, which is really just their belief system based on their conscious viewpoint of themselves in the physical universe with other people, and other people are doing that, and we live in a democratic, free country where we're all allowed to have our own beliefs, well, they start bouncing off each other. And if you look at how the brain works, matter, right, because that's energy, neurons bounce off each other. They send, you know, feedback. That's a really layman way to put it, but synapses, you know, serotonin, all that, dopamine, all that, back and forth, and that builds neural nets. So basically, when you have thoughts, it's all these neurons intermingling. So it's like a melting pot, but in your head. Well, if America is the melting pot of the world and more advances in every way, environmental, social, monetary, have happened in the shortest amount of time in history just because of America, and we correlate that, right? Not causation, meaning finite, but correlation, meaning most likely it's because America was a melting pot, we're so successful. If we all form agreement as a society and believe that, shoot, aren't we missing something huge? And what's that? By not learning more than one thing as humans, by only specializing, Rob, on video, or me, if I were to only specialize on like the brain and not read everything I could impossibly, I'm not utilizing the melting pot of my mind. Matter and energy. Matter being how the brain works, instincts, emotion, logic, and energy, meaning consciousness, and positive or negative awareness. And that's crazy to me. All of the brilliant ideas that come, if you study the Renaissance men of the past, the Renaissance women of the past, the people that have been quoted as the great thinkers, the great geniuses, really though, if we're only labeling an IQ on 2 intelligence, mathematical and linguist, and there's 12 accepted, how do we know what a genius really is? A genie in us? Couldn't it be that everyone is has genie in them, meaning, you know, genius in them, and that society conditions us not just to be curious enough to learn different stuff? So the point of this video is to help you believe and understand and maybe form an agreement with a different point of view, that maybe you have a melting pot in your own head that you're not fully admiring and appreciating and putting time into growing it, and then that's why you're not sure what you want to do with your life. You're not sure what you want to do for work. You're not sure where you want to be in 10 years. You're not really sure who you are. You can't find love because they say if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. And me being the guy that didn't know who I was, and now I feel like I really do, I've got purpose, it might be worth a try. So think about it. If America's the melting pot of the world, and really it's all these different cultures, which are just belief systems based on what? Their environment, right? Their matter, and their belief systems, their consciousness, and they all bring it to America, and it really works out well for everybody so far. Well, then what about the melting pot in your head? And I guess the moral of the story is, read a lot of stuff. Guys, this is Jay Doran, CEO of Culture Matters. I hope this was of value to you. Read, learn, be curious, and have a great day.